Okay, well, I got some squad combat. Our team played perfect. So I'm playing Assault. Toxic Pineapple is support. You'll notice he's almost always to my left. So Mortar said he was getting attacked. So we came as fast as we could, put a couple bullets in him. Mortar was able to finish him off. As soon as I start taking those hits, I got out of there because I knew someone was behind me. Toxic Pineapple, we did split up. He went to the left, I went to the right. We were going to try and circle around and get over to Mortar as fast as we could. Toxic gets the kill from his perfect flanking position. And I go ahead and go in here and decide to just, it's time to save Mortar, get him up. And here we go. Some trouble's coming. So that's why I switched over to that AKM. Put it on full auto for just something like that. Alright, so here's what we're doing here. We've actually split up into two-man teams. I got Mortar with me. He was just a little bit closer. And Toxic Pineapple and Striker, they stayed closer together. So our whole group is closer together, but we split into two groups. That way, as we're moving, if we run into someone, we encounter them, as two are attacking, the other two can either come in from behind or flank them. So that's kind of how we're moving out, getting into the next circle here. So I'm looking at the circle, and before I just run by here, I knew that there was this little village here. I just thought, you know what, let's just take a peek. And I see that guy sitting on the motorcycle, whom I'm assuming he's AFK. Because I don't know why he would have just sat there. So go ahead and finish him off. So Mortar's already going into a flanking position, and then we've got Toxic and Striker over to the right in another flanking position. So I start trying to engage this guy to help them out. But he is doing a good job just moving around, making it hard to hit him. But what he didn't know is Mortar was standing right there waiting for him to finish him up. We run over here and we get our two teammates up. So, if you're going to move up a hill, you're getting into the circle, think about doing that. If you're doing squads, split up into two groups like that. So this is just a little bit later. We've moved up into the next circle, kind of analyzing the situation. We hadn't seen very many people to our left, but we did feel like there were several to our right. So when I look at this, I'm kind of looking at this line. I want to follow that line. So kind of cover to cover, just in case things go south for us. So while I'm moving out now, if you'll notice, we've kind of switched back the way we had been. I've got Toxic. He's going to stick to me like glue. He plays a perfect support position in this game. So if you haven't watched my How to Become the Best Player in Pubg, we are following those tactics perfectly. So Striker is playing the sniper. I'm the assault. Toxic is support. And Mortar is kind of floating between support and being partner to Striker. And support to us too. As soon as I start taking those shots, I call out the position to Striker and the rest of the group, and they all light up that window, which gives me the opportunity to get over here to these crates and heal up. Now, Striker got a couple good hits on him, so he got afraid to stick his head out that window. So I've got a little footage from Striker here. So he popped him through that window a few times. While he's watching that, I go ahead and move into assault position. Toxic is right with me. So we have no idea how many people are here. You know, I'm thinking since it's squads, I mean, it could be an entire group of 4. So I just go ahead with Toxic behind me. We run through the building, make sure that it's clear. And now that we know you know, they're upstairs only. We move into position to get away from that grenade. And you know, that was the only move that guy had. You know, I can't blame him one bit for coming down trying to get us. Now that I know he was just by himself, I mean, he had no other choice when we came in. So now that, you know, I've told Stryker that we have cleared the house, so that's why he's moving forward now. So he spots these guys. This is so interesting. The way that this all played out, when Stryker sees these 3 guys, like, this totally changed the game for us. This is why if you can get a good sniper, you need to get someone on your team who can snipe. Because he just has another perspective that, you know, I didn't see. He's able to call out information to me. So I'm going to rewind this a little bit here. Well, in just a moment I will. So he did see someone inside that building, and that's what's key for later on in this. So he gets that kill. Now I've rewound it a little bit. So I step out, and I see he's been calling out where he's been seeing these guys, and I see him as well. And that guy moved out of position to go try and save his teammate. And I actually don't know why he's running there, but I go ahead and get him. Take cover, heal up. I rewind again a little bit to Stryker now. So when I see that guy up there behind that rock, you know, I was thinking, well, maybe he's the one who's hitting me. So what I'm doing here is I want to hold that guy to that spot as long as I can until the circle overtakes him. But as soon as I take fire, I just got out of there. I said, you know what, it's time to move over. So I'm going to follow the circle over to the left, taking the pinch point. But we didn't know. There was somebody behind us. And if you notice that Stryker had allowed the rest of the team to go so he could fall back and stay the sniper, but it didn't pay out for him. It didn't pan out for him. So right here, Toxic has been a perfect support person. You know, I'm not even watching how many people are alive. When he starts telling me that there's just a few left, I start taking shots at anybody I see. Because I know that, you know, just trying to get to cover is not going to hack it. You know, anybody, they could be anywhere. So just because since that guy goes down inside the play zone, I don't even care if I get the kill or not. But what I didn't know was where these other shots are coming from. So if these shots are coming from behind, I thought that was Toxic who was shooting. And it was, but there was another guy. And this is where I was saying earlier how it played out perfectly with Stryker being our sniper. He knew where that other guy was at. And he had told us that he knew that there was a guy in that wooden house, that wooden hut. So once we hit Toxic and I get all healed up, we just start peeking around. Stryker's telling us which way to look. And when we spot the guy, he told me, you're looking the wrong way. I was able to catch the guy. And there he is. He's having to run out in the open. It was a fun game. Chicken dinner. It was a great team game. Between all of us, we got 10 kills. So it wasn't a super high scoring game for us, but we worked really well as a team. All of us made it into the top 10. It was an awesome win. Hope some of these tips help you guys out working in squads.